Welcome to the news this week. I am Shalini Kumar and this is where you need to be in the know about the latest in the alcobev industry at home and abroad. The news this week is powered by Spiritz, India's leading trade magazine. Here is the news from India and around the world in brief. UP launches all-out war against illicit liquor and narco trade. NDMC to weed out restaurants serving liquor without licenses. TESMEC has to find a way to buy back bottles, direct Madras High Court. Scotch distillers hit hard by rising costs. Lochlomond, the fastest growing brand. Handcrafted Louis XIII Cognac mega decanters now available in India. Rampur Trigun retails in Delhi duty free. Royal Stag wins copyright infringement suit against Royal Champ. Stay with us till the end when we wind up the bulletin with a story about a taste test beer to see if your taste buds have recovered after a bout of COVID. Now here is the news in detail. Yogi Adityanath, Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, has declared a war on illicit liquor and drugs in the state. While launching a campaign against illicit liquor and narcotics trade, he directed that officials should confiscate the properties of those found guilty and to put up their posters to name and shame them. He said that involvement in such trade is not just a criminal offense but a crime against the nation. The state government has set up an anti-narcotics task force to check drug trafficking, which would be headed by an additional Director General ranked police officer. In the first phase, narcotics police stations would be set up in Barabanki and Gazipur districts with officers on deputation from the Narcotics Control Bureau, Central Bureau of Narcotics, Directorate of Revenue Intelligence, etc. NTF will have the power to search, make seizures, arrest and investigate suspected criminals and media involved in the drug trade. Apart from the ANTF, the government is also launching a portal to track illicit liquor trade. This is a part of the government's zero tolerance policy towards illicit liquor and drugs in the state as an initiative to protect the youth of the state from such influences. Restaurants in Delhi's NDMC area serving liquor to patrons with a valid liquor license need to watch out. The New Delhi Municipal Council is conducting a survey to identify such restaurants in its jurisdiction which are operating or serving liquor without a valid license. Appropriate action will be taken against the offending establishments. The proposal of Delhi State Industrial and Infrastructure Development Corporation and Delhi Tourism and Transportation Development Corporation to open liquor stores at 4 locations in NDMC areas has been rejected by the NDMC. With this rejection, it is likely that Lutyens Delhi will not have any liquor shops from 1st September onwards. From 1st September, only 4 Delhi state-owned agencies, DSIDC, DTDC, Delhi Consumers Cooperative Wholesale Store and Department of Delhi State Civil Supplies Corporation will be permitted to operate retail liquor business in Delhi. Madras High Court has rejected the argument of Tamil Nadu State Marketing Corporation TESMAC, which stated before the court that it would be difficult to implement the empty liquor bottle buyback scheme across Tamil Nadu because of manpower and space constraints. The court has asked TESMAC to reconsider its decision. This scheme was initially introduced in the Nilgiris district of Tamil Nadu on 15th May and then in other hill stations and wildlife sanctuaries of the state on 15 June based on the court orders aimed at preventing injuries to wild animals through empty bottles finding their way to the litter bins. The bench has directed Additional Advocate General J. Ravindran to ensure that TESMAC reconsiders the issue by 16 September. The court has also directed amicus curiae to come up with suggestions to address the challenges pointed out by TESMAC towards implementation of the scheme. Time for a short break. Stay tuned.
OC Glue. Taste the thrill.
Welcome back, and here are the industry updates. Italy-based Guala Closures has announced plans to build a new plant and research and development center in China. Guala Closures produces closures for spirits, wines, water, beverages, and oil bottles and acquired stoppers producer Labyrinth last month. Guala has been present in China since 1998 and its new plant and R&D center will be located in Chengdu. So far, the company has 30 plants spanning 5 continents. The new space in Chengdu will focus on closures for the premium and luxury segments with plans to produce an estimated 130 million closures per year. The new plant will cover an area of 13,800 square meters and hopes to employ 110 people. It is also aiming to receive $29.2 million in investment to provide concrete support to the local economy. According to new data, a Scotch brand Loch Lomond whiskey was the fastest growing single malt by volume in the world in 2021. Figures from IWSR Drinks Market Analysis reveal that Loch Lomond whiskies led the fastest growing top 25 single malt brands globally. Loch Lomond Whiskies has experienced 73% year-on-year growth by volume. Single malt brand Glen Scotia, also owned by Loch Lomond Group, reported 108% year-on-year growth by volume. Nearly 40% of Scotch whisky distillers have seen their shipping costs double in the last 12 months, while almost a third of producers expect energy fees to soar. A new survey conducted by trade group the Scotch Whisky Association found that 57% of distillers have seen energy costs increase by more than 10% in the last year, with 29% seeing their energy prices doubled. Almost 30% of the Scotch distillers interviewed said that they expect energy costs to double in the next 12 months. The survey also found that 57% of businesses expect energy costs to go up by a further 50% and nearly 3/4 expect a similar increase in shipping costs. More expenses are expected as 43% also reported a supply chain fee increase of more than 50%. Cognac connoisseurs have reason to cheer. They will now be able to buy 2 rare large-sized crystal decanters in India. Luitra Cognac has launched 2 of its largest and rarest crystal decanters in India. Luitra Mathusalem, a 6-liter decanter, and the Luitra Jeroboam, a 3-liter decanter. The new set of decanters will be exclusively available at the first 2 certified retail partners of Luitra in the subcontinent, mentions by Living Liquids in Bangalore and with Voz Enterprises in Goa. Every year, Luitra introduces as many as 200 Jeroboam decanters across the globe, each of which is handmade by at least 11 craftsmen. The decanters are mouth-blown and are cut, shaped and painted by hand. Then they are individually numbered to keep a record of their rarity. The Mathusalem decanter is an even rarer collector's item with only 50 such decanters released each year. Each decanter is crafted by at least 20 crystal artisans. Rampur Trigun, the new Indian single malt whisky from Radico Khaitan, makes its debut at the Delhi duty free. The product is a travel retail exclusive and will be released in global travel retail including Dubai duty free over the coming months. Created by master blender Anup Barik, Rampur Trigun takes its name from the Indian meaning of Trigun, harmony of 3, as the whisky is matured in 3 different types of casks. It is first matured in American bourbon barrels to attain the profile of an Indian summer. The whisky is then transferred to champagne casks to add a layer of freshness before being finished in Sauternes barrels from Bordeaux, which impart sweetness with a citrusy hue and fruit aromas. Each 75 cl bottle with ABV 59% is presented in a blue and gold drum with a handcrafted silk pouch reflecting India's style and heritage and is sold at RRP of $200. Royal Stag has won a trademark infringement case against Gwalior Distillers Private Limited, makers of Royal Cham whisky. The Delhi High Court has ruled in favor of the Royal Stag and ordered damages of 20 lakh rupees. The court has also permanently restrained Gwalior distillers from using the Royal Cham brand, which is deceptively similar to Seagram's Royal Stag whisky brand. The court noted that the label of the defendant amounts to copyright infringement under Section 51 read with Section 55 of the Copyright Act. I will be back after a short break. Do not go anywhere.
Long shot, but I got the reach. Pop, lock, now I'm off the leash. Mic drop, I ain't gotta preach. I just do what comes natural.
Sterling Reserve. Come alive.
Bellona Hospitality has launched its concept restaurant Ishara at Phoenix Market City in Whitefield, Bangalore. Ishara was born out of a deep desire to build an organization with a higher purpose to get hearing and speech impaired personnel on board to carry out operations. Ishara employs people with hearing and speech impairment, setting an excellent example in practicing diversity and inclusion of the differently abled into the mainstream. Diners are encouraged to communicate using sign language. To order any dish, the diners are requested to ishara the sign at the top of the menu section, followed by the corresponding number sign. If in doubt, they can just point at the dish and the team will do the needful. India's apex Hospitality Association, Federation of Hotel and Restaurant Association of India (FHRAI) has submitted a representation to the Honorable Union Minister of Finance Nirmala Sitharaman requesting to increase the ECLGS loan term with rationalized norms for all loans for the hospitality sector. The request comes on the back of the recent announcement by the Ministry of Finance stating that the ECLGS has been increased by 50,000 crore rupees from 4.5 lakh crore rupees to 5 lakh crore rupees. The FHRAI has extended special thanks to the MSME Minister and Minister of Tourism for their efforts in enabling this support for the tourism and hospitality sector. The association has welcomed the measure, stating it would immensely benefit the MSMEs in the hospitality sector. However, considering the major hardships faced by the sector over the last couple of years, the industry feels that the announced measures are inadequate to mitigate the losses incurred by it. For the hospitality industry to avail the maximum benefit of the ECLGS, FHRAI has requested for the scheme to be customized to meet the needs of the industry. Diageo-owned Johnny Walker is aiming to give $1 million in grants by 2030 to support women-owned businesses as part of its First Strides initiative. The blended Scotch whisky brand has teamed up with organizations I Fund Women and She Should Run to help support female entrepreneurs. Together with I Fund Women, Johnny Walker is supporting the organization's mission to close the funding gap. The partnership will offer money to select entrepreneurs through grants, as well as access to coaching and connections through the I Fund Women platform. She Should Run aims to inspire 250,000 women to take their first strides toward public leadership by 2030 and will be supported by funds donated by Johnny Walker. Scotch whisky brand Johnny Walker has launched its Blue Label Cities of the Future 2220 series. Having celebrated its bicentenary in 2020, Johnny Walker has now looked 200 years into the future to create an inspired vision of tomorrow with a mind-expanding utopian visualization of world cities 2 centuries from now. The launch is in collaboration with renowned digital artist Luke Halls, who has created 10 limited edition designs for Johnny Walker Blue Label. The designs reimagine a thriving and vibrant future society that has transformed cityscapes and skylines by embracing new scientific developments. The collection features cities including London, Hainan, Taipei, Mexico City, Seoul, Sydney, Bangkok, Berlin, and Singapore, as well as the planet Mars. Hall's interpretation of Mars 2220 envisions humanity as a multi-planetary civilization with bustling colonies on the red planet. Consumers can discover the world of 2220 by scanning a near-field communication tag on the front of the bottle using a smartphone. Matilda Bay Brewery has partnered with Western Company to collaboratively launch a non-rapid taste test to help people identify if their taste has returned after COVID-19. The non-rapid taste test was created to promote the all-new wheat ale, which is purportedly a light and zesty beer with hints of saviour orange and tangerine flesh. The Australian brewer pointed out that unlike the current rapid test available, the Matilda-based non-rapid test comes with a can of Aussie wheat ale along with an instructional tasting card that helps users determine if they can appreciate flavor again. Matilda Bay Wheat Ale is now available in Australia at Dan Murphy's and BWS Australia wide and online. That's all from us at the news this week. Thank you for watching. And remember, if you want to keep abreast with all the Alcobev and hospitality industry updates, join us again next week. And also, book your copy of the Spiritz September issue. Till next week, be safe and drink wisely.